Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mel and Wally Show. I'm Mel.
Bonjour, I'm Wally.
On this podcast, we talk about whatever the hell we want.
Because we can. Please enjoy, subscribe, like, and follow. Do all the things. Bonjour. Welcome to our very first episode.
So excited.
This episode, we wanted to talk about life during the pandemic. So what has changed for you, Mel, during the pandemic?
Honestly, not a whole lot. I feel bad, actually, because a lot of people I know are struggling, and I am one of those people who I was staying home with my two babies anyway, and I'm basically, rather than like going to a drop-in center or like a song class every once in a while, doing the exact same things that I would normally be doing.
Right. Yeah, I cannot relate. My life is basically the exact opposite. I was pretty much a workaholic, like working way too much, and then coming to Toronto every few days for rehearsals and such.
Yes.
As you know. But now we're not doing that as well. That's different.
No, we stopped that pretty much like
right away.
Yeah. Right when the I guess when it like really hit, when it got really serious, like that Thursday.
Yeah.
And then the next, like the Friday, it was like all the toilet paper was gone.
Yeah, that was crazy. Which I'm so upset about that. People, what is wrong with you all?
I know, right? I was so mad.
It does not affect your bowels.
Right? It makes absolutely no sense. But then also, that affected me, which was strange because we weren't expecting that like to happen, and we actually needed formula for our baby. She was like almost 3 months at the time, and I'm like, I can't feed my baby because you guys are all idiots stocking up, like stockpiling all of this crap. Yeah, I was like livid.
Yeah. Oh my God. I know. I remember. When I saw your Facebook status, I was livid for you. It was like, what is wrong with this world? And then, guess who saved you?
Yeah.
His name is Raymond.
Most amazing person ever.
Yes,
right?
He is the sweetest.
He is the sweetest.
Funny enough, the first show I ever did with you, which is how we realized he was like, I guess, a mutual person we both knew. We posted a photo of me and like all of us, I think, at rehearsal or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, Wally's in this show on your Facebook. And you were like, how do you know Ray? I'm like, who's Ray? And then I like looked at his photo. Took me a few seconds. I'm like, oh yeah, he was my teacher.
I remember that. I think it was the photo after a rehearsal, like in the bar or something like that. Like that was like the very first night that we even met each other.
Yeah,
and you came out and you were just like instantly part of the group.
Yeah, I basically took over the Instagram of that for a while we were doing that show. And that was also, I think, the one and only show that I did with Bard. I think I auditioned for one other one, but I wasn't really a part of it because I didn't get a role.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun time. Got to know a lot of people, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have known you. So I guess thank God for that.
It all worked out.
Yeah, and then right after that, we did King Lear, and you gave me a big role.
I did. Give you the hugest, most challenging role.
I think that was probably my most challenging and like my favorite role that I've done to date. Because I had to bare my whole soul on stage basically every show, like 4 or 5 times.
Not just your soul.
And
like pretty much naked during that.
Yeah, they almost cut me down there by accident during.
Yeah, that probably wasn't like. We didn't cut him. I think he might have gotten stabbed with like a fork a little bit.
Yeah, they made me put on these trousers that we had already cut into like kind of like a skirt.
Very, very short.
Yeah, and we had dyed it too. It was like white, I think, and then we dyed it like dark grayish.
Yeah, we did like a faded Gray.
charcoal kind of almost.
Yeah.
It was good. It looked great, but then so they told me to put it on instead of just doing it on the floor or something.
Yeah, and then we were just like attacking him
with like a knife and a fork.
Yep.
And scissors.
Fraying it.
So that was fun. Clearly, I put my whole trust in all these people, and they were drunk, might I add, at the time, which did not help my confidence level.
That is true.
But it all worked out.
True.
I did not get injured.
Yeah, because like we're good at what we do, right?
But yeah, the whole show I was pretty much like
smart.
basically naked, wearing like almost like a, I guess, modern loincloth type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was always wearing 2 pairs of underwear because didn't want anyone to like see anything, but also it was like October, so it was pretty cold. So that was just, at least I didn't sweat.
That's true.
But yeah, there was this one show that we did of that where I'd forgotten that my scene was coming up, and it was my first big scene, which is like me coming on stage by myself basically, and like having this huge monologue and crying and stuff, and the characters that were right before me, like I just didn't realize that I was the next scene for some reason. So I was sitting down talking on the stairs with the girl who was playing the fool, and she's like, "Isn't your scene coming up soon?" I was like, "I don't think so." And I just like sitting down just chatting, and then I'm like, "Oh crap, you're right." So I literally had like 10 seconds to like kind of like help, like not change my costume, but like I had to like kind of change the way it looked a little bit, and then get into character and get into the zone
The
of
headspace.
like coming on stage and like having my life fall apart, which that was difficult, but I made it work.
I remember that happening.
Yeah, but I made it work, and I got into the thing real quickly, which I was surprised about. I was like, I don't think I could do that quickly, but I guess it's one of those things where if you don't think about it,
you
kind of just
start
happens.
doing it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm. No, I still remember that. I think that I could hear something going on, and you were like maybe a second or two late, and I'm back there because I watch it like
every show,
all of the shows,
unlike most directors.
And I'm just like, oh my god, what is happening?
But yeah, that was a fun time. And right now, everything's on hold pretty much. So we're trying to do as much online content as we can. So
yes,
that is why this exists, and hopefully it will exist after the pandemic as well. Because
that would be awesome if everything caught on, and then we can just like have our online everything, and then our like live shows. Because that is one thing that you miss.
Oh, for sure.
Like if any actor out there, like theater, will understand that you just like miss being on stage and like having that energy, and the audience, even rehearsals, you miss it all. And
it's one of those crazy things where like sometimes you feel so stressed when you're doing it, and then like sorry, I just cracked my knuckle. I do that a lot, so you might hear a lot of that. But yeah, it's one of those things where like while you're rehearsing for things, it can like get stressful and like be a lot, but then once you do it, like, and once you're on stage, you don't feel any of that. You don't feel any of the nerves, unless you have like a very bad relationship with the people you are with, which that's never good. But even then, it's like being on stage is like what kind of fuels you when you're an actor and all that. So
yes,
I've been trying to keep myself busy creatively so I don't go crazy during this pandemic, because I was working all the time usually. I went from like being at home for like 6-7 hours a night to like being inside 24 hours a day. So it was just like, I'm going crazy.
Oh, Wally.
But yeah, so I've been like writing a lot, doing a lot of drag, things like that. And speaking of which, you and your partner M had an amazing idea of started having my drag character start a talk show. So that was fun.
Yes,
that's coming up soon.
That was kind of what sparked a bunch of this.
Yeah.
We were just like talking, I think, at dinner, and it was like, oh yeah, Wally would be great at doing like a sex show. Like we grew up, and there was, oh my god, what is her name? I'm gonna
Dr.
forget
Ruth?
it. No, Dr. Sue. Sue, the sex show with Sue. Sex with Sue. We watched that. We grew up with that, and yeah, I was like, Wally could totally do that and make it sort of like a spoof.
Yeah, it's definitely a spoof. It's nothing similar to that. I'm definitely not an actual expert, but I think it'll be fun for people that think it is real until they listen to it or watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you just have the right personality for anything like that.
Well, I'm just very open and have no shame with anything that I say or do. So if you want to hear me be way more crass and all that fun stuff. Well, technically not me, Jacqueline, who's my drag persona. You can tune into Sex Trays when that
she's
premieres.
Gorgeous.
Well, thank you. Real life woman. Yeah, that's been a lot of fun shooting that and creating content for that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have any sex questions, please submit them to Jacqueline's Instagram or MNP, or email us at mnpafterdark@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Selfless promotion is going to be a lot of that. So, but yes, so that's been my life during the pandemic, keeping myself busy creatively. I've also started I ordered a lot of things off of Amazon because shopping is crazy right now.
Yes. So we didn't order a ton. But
I'm sure Em would disagree with this.
Probably. But no, it became sort of like a hobby.
Oh, for sure.
To kill time, to just like go through Amazon and then add everything to your wish list, or like put it in your cart but then like save it for later.
Right. Yeah, and it's
so
one of those
have,
things
like 50 things in our cart for later, I think.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I'm one of those people that I'll even if when I'm just shopping normally, I'll look at the sale items, but then and I'll technically be going in for 2 things, and then I'll see all the sale items and I'll be like, oh, it's only $5, it's only $7, blah blah blah, and then I'll end up walking out of the store with $150 worth of items.
I thought that you were talking about Amazon at first, and I was like, where is there a sale section?
No, definitely not on Amazon. Jeff Bezos does not do sales. That bazillionaire. But no, surely this happened when I went to Shoppers to buy a few things, and there was a bunch of makeup on sale, and I was like, oh, this lipstick's only $6, and this eyeliner or this mascara is only $5, and I ended up spending $145.
Oh my god, Wally.
And I did not think it was gonna be that much, but here we are.
Yeah. How many things did you buy?
How many items?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I bought the stuff that I really needed was a pressed powder, because I was running out of that, which I use for my beard coverage area because I'm a man when I'm doing a drag.
Yes, with a very heavy
beard area. It's because I'm from Afghanistan. So I went in for that, and I wanted to buy 1 or 2 lipsticks, but then I saw that they were on sale. So I bought, I think, 8 lipsticks.
Oh my god.
2 pressed powder palette, what are they called? Compacts. Mascara, and I think, did I get some eyeshadow and stuff too? I don't even remember what I got now. But yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff.
You have a problem.
I definitely have a problem. During this whole pandemic, I've been doing way too much shopping for makeup and pretty much anything. I've been racking the sale. At least the good thing is I'll be buying from the sale sections usually, so it's not like I'm spending full price on these items, which would have ended these items from yesterday probably would have come up to $300 if it wasn't for the sale.
Yeah, but you probably wouldn't have bought as much.
Yeah, but the thing with me is whenever I'm doing drag normally, if it's not for Pride series or whatever, I'm usually doing the kind of the same look every time. So yes. I want to have different lipsticks and different eyeshadows, because then that'll inspire me to do more looks and not just stick to the same routine.
That's true. And yeah, happy Pride,
yes,
everybody, by the way.
Pride.
It is Pride. And I love Wally, just sidebar. I love the different looks and how they're all inspired by the Pride flag. This is what Jacqueline is doing. So if you're not following her on Instagram, you should go, because he has put so much thought into all of the looks that have been done. It's the different outfits from the colors of the original Pride flag, and then the eyeshadow, which I never would have known this if I hadn't been reading.
Yeah, captions are important, people. Read the captions.
They're all the colors of eyeshadow that you use for the looks are inspired by the different individual
sectors
flags.
of the Pride flag. Yeah. That was a
Which
lot of
is
fun to
awesome.
create because again, that goes back to me like kind of doing the same look when I'm in drag, just because it works and looks good. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously, if you're just a full-time drag queen and you just have the same look all the time because that's your face and it works. But I wanted to like try and spice things up, and I'm still pretty new in drag, so I wanted to like try different things, and I thought of that idea, which I think we like kind of got inspired by our conversation with you and Courtney that one night. And you guys were like, you should do something for Pride. I'm like, yeah, I totally should.
Yes.
So I decided to like create like for the individual different Pride colors of the original flag, which was 8 different colors, and then the eyeshadows. I was like, I need to not just do the exact same eyeshadow for each look. So I thought it would be cool to do that, and it's been. I think the reception's been really well.
Yeah.
So
I
fun.
I completely agree, and I love the idea, and I love the looks.
Thank you. Yes, that was a lot of fun, a lot of work, but it's always worth it.
Yeah.
Everyone
That's
always
usually
asks me
the way it goes.
yeah, if it like hurts. I'm like, yes, it does hurt because you're in a corset, you're hot because you're wearing like 5 pairs of tights at least.
Yes.
You're wearing heels and your head is sweating because you're wearing a wig cap with tape around your head to like help the wig stay on, and then the wig on top of that, which is usually long hair. Even the short hair like is hot, but the longer hairs are usually hotter because
Yes, I'm
sticking
aware of
to
what
every-
it's like to have long hair.
long hair. But yes, it's a lot of fun. So I am gonna hopefully continue doing that as much as I can after the pandemic, because usually I don't have as much time to do that. But it's kind of crappy when I have to like take everything off after I spent like almost 2 hours putting it all on, and then I'm like, oh, now I just have to take it off. And before I do that, usually I just like stare at myself in the mirror for like 10 minutes, which is kind of like might sound vain, but usually I'm just staring at myself and seeing everything that I've done wrong while I'm going into drag, or like seeing
You're
where
like,
the
I have to
eyeshadow.
get this right next time.
Yeah, exactly, because that's the life of a perfectionist and someone with a little bit of OCD tendencies.
Yes. Just a little bit. A small amount.
You should ask the people that set up the chairs at our shows
Oh,
usually.
God. Oh, yeah. There are different chairs at our theater that we perform in, and if they are not...
And this is not just my thing, by the way. You also don't like it.
This is my thing as well, because it drives me insane. If they are not all the same, and some people don't care about this at all,
Which I don't understand.
because it's not aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
to
and
look
it's
at.
like, to me, it's one of those things where like someone might not notice that it is like what's wrong, but it doesn't look the best. And then once you fix it, then it just looks so much more pleasing to the eye, and it's like one of those subtle things that I think helps you make like look better and more professional and all that.
Yes. But yeah, they're not all the same. So you want all the same type of chair or style of chair in
each row or whatever.
each row and aisle. Yeah, and then if that
Can't happen.
isn't possible, then you need to make it symmetrical.
Yeah, like have the different chair be in the middle. That just makes logical sense.
Yes.
So I don't understand when people put 2 chairs on one side and then they're either in the middle or in the end. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Or if they're like all different.
Oh, all
And it's
different is
just
even
like,
worse. I'm like, just why don't you take one of the ones that are the exact same and switch it if you can't have them all be the same? Because all different
Yep.
doesn't make any sense at all. It like irks me so much.
Like, why did you even do that?
And
Why
then-
don't you just kick them all over?
Yeah, why are we even doing this? Let's leave and go home because this is gonna upset me the whole night. The good thing is a lot of the times when I'm acting, I don't wear my glasses for most of the characters because not all characters make sense to have glasses, or like the time error or whatever. So I don't usually
Yeah.
have to see the chairs being wrong when I'm on stage, even though I usually fix them right before we go on. But in case they're still wrong,
Yes. Which like never happens.
one of us will always fix it.
Yeah.
Like we'll just sometimes like walk in if we're like, if someone else has been there before us that sets up the chairs, which like thank you so much for doing that, but like do it right.
I don't say that.
No, I mean I'm saying that now. I don't usually say it either. I'm like, why are these chairs wrong? Also, like we shouldn't have to thank you. It's your job. Thank you.
Well, that's like I'm the kind of person where I'll just be like, oh my God, thank you so much for setting the chairs up. And then when they like leave, I like arrange them properly really fast. Like I'll make all the adjustments.
Yeah, I'll just do it in front of them so they can see what they did wrong. But you're nicer than I am, so.
Well, it'll keep on happening the way that I do it. But if I'm there, then I instruct on how to do it.
Right. But if they see me changing it, then hopefully that'll like click in their brain. It probably doesn't, because they just probably think that I'm bitch for fixing it in front of them. But hey, if I want something done right, you got to do it yourself sometimes.
It's true.
Which in our case happens quite often.
Yeah, it is.
Oh
my God.
But yeah, it's been good to like these last couple of weeks that be able to see some people and be around people.
Yes.
Not that I don't love the people that I live with, but still, it's just like seeing other people and like not getting on each other's nerves all the time is nice.
Yes. I will say my partner and I and like our 2 children, we have been doing surprisingly well as far as like not getting on each other's nerves or like not letting it build into like a bigger
issue
or something like that.
Yeah, see, but the fix, like not the fix, but the thing that helps you guys is probably sex. I can't have sex with the person that I live with, so I've just been like dry for like the past 3-ish months or so. So that's my take on that. Thank you very much. Sex makes you feel better.
It does. It does.
It shouldn't be the only thing that makes you feel better, but it is one of the things that can help release stress and release endorphins and all that fun stuff.
Yes. No, it's just we're kind of just enjoying.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's nice to like have
family time that we wouldn't otherwise get.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, like especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays when we had rehearsal.
Yeah.
He would come home and we would have to leave for rehearsal.
Yeah, pretty much like right away.
Yeah.
And then like it's just with working and everything,
and
you're basically looking after 2 babies. I have, for those of you who don't know, I have a son who right now is 19 months and a daughter who is 6 months. So
they got busy right after the other.
Yeah, I got pregnant when my son was 4 months old with my daughter. So it's been a very busy couple of years.
Yeah.
So basically, like when he gets home from work and we have dinner, the babies go to bed, and then you're like, oh yeah, let's like watch something.
And then you get tired and then want to go to bed.
Well, I'm usually the one who's okay because I can handle like
staying up later.
I can handle less sleep,
right?
A little bit easier. But yeah, when he has to wake up really early for work, so he's up at like 5 o'clock every single morning. And
his job is like being on his feet all day and doing physical work.
So he's working from basically like 6:30 some
to like
days
5 or 6
until like 5:30.
So like, that's like 12 hours of work.
It was crazy, and he would just like pass out. Start passing out at like 8 or 9, which every once in a while that would annoy me.
Yeah.
But
you haven't killed him yet, so that's good.
No.
Especially not in his sleep.
No, I will never kill him in his sleep.
You want him to see it coming?
Yeah, I don't do it. If I kill somebody, it's gonna be when they are awake and like able to look at me.
See, we talked about this the other day. I'm one of those people. It's like, if you're gonna murder me, like not necessarily Mel, but I mean even her, anyone who's gonna murder me, do it from the back. I don't want to see it coming. I don't want to see my death coming. Just shoot me from the back. We're fine.
Oh my God. Yeah,
we'll go in more in depth on that in a different episode because that was crazy.
Yeah, we'll just say in short that he is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm a crazy person.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, at least I know that I'm a crazy person and that I admit it.
Yeah. No, I still, like, even right now, I'm like trying to contain how much I disagree with your whole strategy there.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fighter, I guess.
Oh my god.
In that sense. Oh, we should tell them about what one of your friends is doing in starting Canada Day. It's a super amazing thing, so we need to talk about it.
It is. One of the amazing women that I know, she very, very tragically lost her mother when she was 12 years old to a drunk driver on Canada Day. And this year, she has decided that she is going to do a run, and she will be running every day for 38 days, I believe. And that's for
how old she was, right?
That's for every year of her mother's life. So for me, that, I don't know, it's really difficult to think of. One, because I'm going to be turning 38, so I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Like that's the age that I am. And then being
12 and
being a mom even, and like you're like, to think about the possibility of that happening to you and like leaving your children behind because of somebody else's
fault,
mistake, like really stupid mistake.
Really stupid.
And then also, the like being a 12-year-old and losing your mom would just be the most difficult thing ever. But we'll find out all about that because she is going to be on our show. We're going to talk to her and she can tell you all about the run that she's doing, the donations that she
is collecting.
Yeah. She's going to collect some donations. So it would be wonderful if you could follow her. We'll set up a link to her poster and all that information. And you guys can follow that if you would like to. But definitely come back for that interview.
For sure.
Because I think that it's just a really inspirational thing what she's doing.
Yeah, and I like you said, I could not imagine that happening. So yeah, we'll definitely go more in depth with everything with her, whatever she's willing to talk about. And yeah, definitely support her cause because it's a good one. And I mean, there's tons of people that get injured because of drunk drivers when they're not even the ones that are drunk. And then the drunk drivers will a lot of times survive. And not that to say like that they should die or anything, but it's just like not unfair. You know what I mean? Like it's not your own mistake that caused this.
Yeah.
So
and yeah, with Canada Day coming up, and like things reopening, the streets are like slightly slower than they normally would be. So everybody just be mindful and don't make bad decisions. Do not drink and drive with Canada Day coming up and all the celebration that might be happening.
Don't make bad and selfish decisions that can not only ruin your life and someone else's. Yeah,
don't put yourself in a position where you're going to have to like deal with the consequences for the rest of your life and like affect other people's.
Yeah, you never know who you're gonna get like injured or killed like this happened, because that's not okay.
No, it's so sad. I can't wait to talk to her and like find out her
side of the story and
side
everything
of
that happened.
everything. Yeah.
That'll be a good episode, I think. Or a good interview.
Yeah, and it's also really interesting because I'll just say that she herself works as a server.
Right.
So that's sort of
serving alcohol to everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of like an interesting twist because I feel like if it were me personally who lost my mom to a drunk driver when I was 12, I would probably stay away from alcohol.
Right.
Or be like, have very hard lines set against it. I don't think I would want to be responsible for other people
Getting drunk or anything.
But like, who knows, that could be the very
did it.
reason of
Yeah.
why she is in the industry. But we'll find all that out.
Yeah, so please stay tuned for that, and yeah, continue listening and tuning in for this. It's a super fun thing for us to do,
Yes.
and like we just hang out and talk like we do all the time anyway.
Yeah, you can listen to us bitch about chairs for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's basically what each episode's going to be like. We'll have a topic that we will barely talk about and just go off the rails on something else. If you have any topics that you want us to discuss, please let us know. And if you would like to potentially talk about something on our show as well and get interviewed or anything like that, let us know. Or if you want to, sponsor us and give us some money to make shows continuously and make them better, do that as well.
You could do that.
You all know where to reach us. Go on our website, modernpestleproductions.com. Email us at modernpestleproductions@gmail.com. Follow our Instagrams. Do all the things. We'll have everything linked.
All of the things.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.